Taurus, what's up? I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. My name is Mel and welcome to my channel, Divine Feminine Works. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are things that interest you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, this is going to be your September 2020 reading. Hopefully September has been kind to you thus far. So far it hasn't been so bad, right? At least I don't think. At least I don't think. Apart from the regular craziness that I think we've gotten used to in society, I think that September so far has been all right. But before we get into the tarot reading, I just wanted to take a quick look at the astrology for September for you in particular, so that you can kind of see what's going on and see what to expect. So the big three things that are going on this month are Mars going retrograde in Aries, which is actually starting today, which is happening today and lasting until November 13th. Jupiter is going direct in the sign of Capricorn, and that's happening on September 12th. And then on September 29th, we have Saturn going direct in the sign of Capricorn as well. So the month is going to be a bit of an energetic shift. Certain things are going to be coming to a halt and certain things are going to be revving up and raring to go. So as far as Mars retrograde, which again, I said is happening today, that is happening in your 12th house. So the 12th house is a bit of a mysterious house. It's the house of solitude. It's the house of retreat. It's the house of confinement. It's the house of spirituality. It's the house of the unknown. All of the things that are mysterious, all of the things that affect us on a very subconscious and soul level are all fall within the dominion of the 12th house. So for some of you, your spirituality may be, with Mars there, your spirituality may be like on fire, to put it bluntly. Some of you may really be embarking on a new spiritual journey. Aries is all about new energy. It's all about like an explosion of energy to start and initiate something new. So for some of you, that may have to do with your spirituality, your spiritual practices, connecting with God, personal development on a soul level. Could also be a time where you seriously like go within. So you withdraw from the crowd, you withdraw from the public, and you really just focus on yourself. Mars is all about physical activity. So you may find that you're actually doing a lot of work by yourself at this time, Taurus. You could just be, working from home remotely, all by yourself, just kind of locked away in your own home. Mars could definitely find you doing that. Now, Mars first entered Aries back in June. So everything that I just talked about, you may have noticed a ramping up of that once June came. But the thing with retrogrades is that retrograde energy is when the energy of that particular planet decreases in intensity. It's when, normally Mars is very aggressive, very fiery, very selfish. Like, that's the kind of energy that Mars exudes. When a planet is in retrograde, all of that energy becomes recalled and it goes within and it slows down, and it, the intensity level goes from like 10 to 0. So where you may have been experiencing a lot of spiritual activity, where you may have been experiencing a lot of subconscious activity once June hit, now that Mars is going retrograde, all of that is going to subside. All of that is going to quiet down, and you're going to have time to reassess, reorganize, reevaluate all of the things that Mars was affecting. So that's one thing that's going on. Like I said, with the other two big things is Jupiter and Saturn going direct. Jupiter and Saturn, along with Pluto, are in conjunction in your 9th house of Capricorn. And 9th house is all about higher education, long distance travel, and to a certain extent, spirituality as well. So Taurus, for the last, at least for 2020, y'all have been experiencing a lot of spiritual activity. There's been a drive to sort of renew your spirituality, I should say, but also there's been some restructuring when it comes to how you think about religion, how you think about philosophy, how you think about spirituality. I feel like a lot of you are undergoing a spiritual awakening right now, and it's jarring. It's really sort of accounting for maybe some instability in your life right now. And, you know, September is going to be one of those months where you're actually feeling that, because, again, there's these energetic shifts with Mars going retrograde and Jupiter and Saturn going direct. So hang in there. It might be a little jarring. It might feel a little funny. It might feel a little uncomfortable. But sometimes before the dust can settle, it has to shake up. And I'm seeing, like, if some of you, and Taurus, I know you love food. I know you love good food. A lot of you are into cooking and stuff like that. So this analogy I'm about to use may really resonate with you. You know when you are getting ready to bake and you have to sift the flour? You use a sifter, or you may use a colander or a sieve in order to sift it. You got to shake it really hard, right, to get all of the particles, you know, to settle, so that, you know, the flour is nice and fluffy and light. That's what's going on right now, particularly with respect to your spirituality. So hang in there. It might get a little uncomfortable before it gets comfortable, but everything is happening for your highest good. Everything is happening so that you can have a stable and long-lasting foundation with your spiritual life. Apart from that, you know, the sun is currently in Virgo, and for the beginning of the month, that is where the sun will be, and that is in your 5th house. That's a great place to have the sun. The 5th house, the sun is actually the natural ruler of the 5th house, so this is a great placement for you, Taurus. So the beginning of the month may find you feeling very lighthearted, very romantic, focused on fun, entertainment, creative projects that really speak to your passions. So the beginning of September looks really good for you. It's all about this lighthearted and fun energy. Once September 23rd hits and the sun moves into Libra, that focus is going to turn towards work and health. So the beginning of the month seems like it's going to be very lighthearted, very fun, and then by the end of the month you start to get a little more serious. You start to think about work, about organizing your daily routine, your daily responsibilities, to-do lists, schedules, health regimens, all of that stuff. So the second half of September finds you being a little more serious, but nothing too crazy, nothing you can't handle. My best advice is use the Mars retrograde energy constructively. Don't get into any conflicts. Try to be easy. You know, Mars kind of has you separated from the crowd anyway, so try not to be too hard on yourself during this Mars retrograde. And again, that lasts until November 13th. As far as everything else, you know, Jupiter and Saturn going direct, you're definitely going to feel the energy shifts, but that's not something that's going to happen today and end tomorrow. This is something that's ongoing for a bit. So hang in there, roll with the punches. Right now, enjoy having fun. Have some fun. Do something that your heart really desires, that really speaks to your passions while the sun is in Virgo. And then by the end of the month, get a little serious, get focused, and get organized. All right, so now that we've covered the astrology for you, Taurus, let's get into this tarot reading and see what messages Spirit has for you this month. All right, this is for Taurus for September 2020. Let's get 3 cards here. Got 2. Let's get 1 more. Perfect. All right. This one wanted to come out also. It's like, this is new life. I like that. It's like a resurgence, especially with all of this activity happening with respect to your spirituality, your spiritual practices, how you view religion, philosophy, things of that nature. I feel like you're being reborn. I really feel like you're being reborn. Interesting. But let's see what we got here. We've got imagine. We've got TikTok. And we've got co-create. Okay. So what I'm getting is that a lot of you are learning how to co-create with God, and you're learning how you can bring your imaginations to life. I feel like there are certain things that you've been imagining for a long time, certain things that you've wanted to create in life that they're not new ideas. I feel like y'all have been daydreaming about at least one thing in particular for a long time, something that you really wanted to have. And you're realizing with this shift happening with your spirituality, I feel like you are realizing how to make things happen in tandem with God. It's like, I imagine this and then it can actually happen because I am a co-creator. I create my reality with God. That's what this spiritual awakening is about for you. Yeah, that's really what your spiritual awakening is about. And it's like I said before with that new life card, like it's like you're being reborn. It's like the clock is resetting for you. It's like you have a new lease on life right now. And don't be concerned. I feel like some of you are saying, well, this is happening like later in life for me. Like, this is all great. I'm realizing it now, but I'm older now. Like, I really wish that I had gotten hip to this. Like, I really wish I knew about this like 20, 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it's taken you to get to this point. It's like the clock is resetting for you. It's like you have a new lease on life. The bottom of the deck, we have exchanging gifts. Number one, I'm hearing that a lot of you are actually tapping into the spiritual gifts that you have. Whether that be like your psychic, whether you can read tarot, like your gifts with respect to divination are coming online, and it's like in exchange by you using these gifts, it's like God is gifting you things as well. This is where the gift exchange comes in. You use your gifts and you're getting gifts. Again, that's how the co-creation process happens. And that's exactly what you're tapping into now. It's dope. All right, let's get some more cards out here. Get a little deeper into this. This is for Taurus for September 2020. What's this? We've got the Queen of Cups. I feel like, yeah, with this Mars retrograde, it's really got you into a very, I'm hearing ethereal, like an ethereal state of mind. Taurus, you're an earth sign, so you're always concerned about what's real, what you can touch. Taurus is also all about like tangible things, like actual things, like products, like things you can actually touch and feel. And you're starting to learn about all the things that you can't put your hands on, but that you can sense on the inside. It's your intuition that's being activated right now. That's why this Imagine card is here. It's getting you to work with, Taurus is very sensual. You're all about the five senses, right? Hearing, taste, smell, touch. What's the other one? I don't know why I'm drawing them, but you know what I mean. The five senses. You are learning to use a whole different set of senses right now. You're learning how to use your intuition, discernment, your spiritual gifts. That's what you're tapping into right now. And if you notice, she's got like a stork right next to her. I don't know if you can see that. Something new is, you're birthing a completely different person. You're becoming a completely different person in a good way. Actually, it's not good or bad. It's just like another side of you, the side that's been dormant, the side that you've only been able to explore once that got activated. And I feel like for a lot of you, that got activated when Mars moved into your 12th house, which was back in June. You're birthing a whole new life. Like I said, you've got a completely new lease on life right now. Okay, let's get some more cards. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is happening in a very real way for you. It's a fortunate time, that's one. And two, it's this new reality that you're going to be experiencing. A completely new reality. Let's get some more out here. We've got the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups speaks all about regret, sadness. So this goes back to what I was saying before about time. Some of you are really regretting, like, why didn't this happen earlier in my life? Why wasn't I able to tap into this energy, to this new me earlier in life? And there's this feeling of regret. Like, so much time has passed. Why couldn't have this happened earlier? It's happening when it's supposed to happen. And yes, it's natural to feel these regrets. I'm not saying don't feel them. I am saying don't dwell on them. Don't dwell on them. Because I feel like it could drown you. Rather than being able to recognize, all right, my life wasn't my life was what it was before. And this new beginning is amazing. And I kind of wish that it happened earlier. Acknowledge it and then move on. But don't stay in this regret, because it's going to drown you to the point where you're not going to be able to take advantage of these gifts, these spiritual gifts that you're learning to use. And this co-creative ability that you're like playing with and that you're testing out and that you're experiencing. Don't get caught up in regret. It's not going to do you any good. Let's get some more. Okay, look at that. We've got Two of Cups. A lot of cups out here. A lot of watery energy, which could be unsettling for you, Taurus. Because again, Taurus, you love stability. You love things that you can feel, touch, taste, smell, hear. Hearing. That was the fifth one. I couldn't remember. But you are really enjoying this. And I feel like this is normally the relationship card. This is like, okay, two people coming together. But for you, this is you and the divine. You have a new relationship with the divine that you are just loving. It's like you're relishing it. It's like your cup is running over and you love how this feels. I'm feeling like this really beautiful feeling right now. It's this commitment that you have to the divine. And in turn, it's also this recommitment that you have to yourself that you're really loving right now. Like, it's really dope energy. Let's get some more out here. Look at that. The Ten of Pentacles. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles and you've got the 10. You go from 1 to 10. That's how amazing this new relationship, this rebirth is for you. It's setting you on a whole different course. If you notice, it looks like a hot air balloon, right? It's taking you to a completely different place. Completely different place. And this speaks to Jupiter and Saturn going direct in your 9th house. It's taking you far away from what you were accustomed to in a good way. It's expanding your horizons and it's giving you actual material wealth, which Taurus, I know you love. Taurus is all about money. Taurus is all about material possessions, all of that. This spiritual awakening, this rebirth that you're experiencing is going to be so beneficial to you on so many different levels. Not only is it fulfilling you on an emotional level, it's having you recommit to God, recommit to yourself, recommit. I don't know why I'm having such a problem saying that word. Recommit to source. You're going to see the tangible results of that. Like I said, you go from the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace at the beginning, the 10 is like the complete fulfillment. Like, this is so good for you, Taurus. So, so, so good. Let's get one more here. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. So like I was saying before, that regret that you're feeling, you got to let that go. Regret, sorrow over what could have been, what should have been, why didn't it happen earlier, why is it happening now? Let that go. You've got so much great stuff ahead of you. You're not gonna be in a space of regret for long. But like I said, if you stay in that space of regret, it's going to drown you. It's going to drown you, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the wonderful things that are coming your way. So that regret, that sadness, that woulda, shoulda, coulda. Eight of Cups is all about abandoning what doesn't serve you. That regret most definitely doesn't serve you, so let it go. And we've got at the bottom of the deck the Ten of Swords. Taurus, a lot of y'all have really been through it. You have had your heart broken. You've been stabbed in the back. Some of you, it had to do with a Libra. Or some of you, you might have gone through a legal situation that really tore you apart. That really damaged you in a sense. Not permanently, but it really hurt you. It really hurt you. For others of you, I feel like this spiritual awakening that you're undergoing is painful. 12th house is the house of institutions, and it can mean mental institutions. Some of you felt like you were being driven to the point of insanity from what was happening in your life, from what you were experiencing, and it hurt you deeply. It really did. But it wasn't in vain. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that you're like, but some of you may not be seeing or experiencing this positivity yet. Some of you are still in the hurt phase. Things that are not of your highest good need to and are being broken down for you to have something better. And some of you are still in this hurt phase. But the card under that is Death. This is the Death card. And I don't want you to be afraid. But you need to know that there's a part of you that is dying off on a very subconscious and profound level. The transformation that you are undergoing is not easy. And it's not, nowadays people talk about spirituality and they're like, oh, light some sage, get some crystals, draw a bubble bath, and you'll be fine. Nah. And you know this, Taurus, because if you're undergoing this spiritual awakening, this spiritual rebirth, that shit is painful. It's painful. And like I said, with this Mars in your 12th house, with this Hermit card, this is the Hermit card, by the way, y'all have been on quarantine before quarantine was even a thing. Y'all were withdrawn for quite some time because this spiritual awakening has been going on for a minute, especially with this TikTok card here. It's been going on for a minute. This isn't something that just happened a couple of months ago. And you've been through it. You've been through it, really. But it's taking you to this. Again, it's not, please don't think that whatever hurt and pain you've experienced is going to last forever. Will it last for a little while? Yeah. I'm not even going to lie to you. And you're going to feel it on a very subconscious and deep level. But it's taking you to places you've never been. It's going to take you to places where you can experience amazing things on a very big scale. Like I said, you've got Jupiter and Saturn going direct in your 9th house. And Pluto is there too. Pluto is in your 9th house as well. So the things that you're experiencing are changing you in a big way, on a big scale, very profoundly. So yes, while there may be a lot of pain involved, it's growing pains. It's growing pains. Don't get stuck on it. Don't get stuck in regret. Don't get stuck in what happened in the past. Don't get stuck in oh my gosh, I'm experiencing this pain, it hurts, I don't want to do this. Like, don't get stuck there. There are going to be days where you have that, and that's natural. But don't get stuck there, because honey, what's on the other side of that mountain, ooh, that's what's on the other side of that mountain. It's things you can't even, it's things you cannot even imagine right now. And I'm saying this with all seriousness. It's things you can't even imagine. They're so great. Hang in there. I know it's hard, but hang in there. Let's get some more cards out here. Let's get one on Queen of Cups. We've got bad health. So you've been seeing, like, again, like I said, this hurts. It's been hurting, and you are realizing how your subconscious has been hurting, has been in dis-ease. You're realizing the things under the surface that were unhealthy, that were broken, that weren't functioning as they should. That is what the spiritual awakening is taking you through. It's taking you through the muck and the mire and all of this, all of the things in your life that haven't worked, that didn't work, that didn't pan out how you wanted it to. You've been going through it when it comes to that. But again, like I said, what's on the other side of this mountain? Amazing. Let's get one on this Ace of Pentacles. Get one on this Ace of Pentacles. Spirit, give me one card for this Ace of Pentacles. We got more than one, but I'll take this one. We've got occupation. So some of you are going into a spiritual occupation, a spiritual career. For other people, I feel like this spiritual awakening is going to give you a new, like I said, it's a new lease on life, but particularly as it affects your career. As it affects your career. It's giving you a new occupation, some of you. Some of you are realizing that whatever you've been doing has just really not been working. That's not where you feel fulfilled. And you're just going to change course and go on a completely new career path. Some of you, I feel like it has to do with spirituality, religion, could be politics, law, higher education. Some of you, you're going to be in a completely different occupational field. Others of you, I feel like your occupation might be taking you far away, might be taking you abroad, or it might expand for some of you. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's get one on Five of Cups. Okay. Okay, all of these came out and I'm going to take them. We've got Coffin. Don't know if you can see that too well. We've got High Honor. And we've got Expectation. Some of you, I feel like you feel like things are never going to turn around. I feel like you think that, for some of you, it could be your occupation, could be your career. I feel like you think it's over. I feel like you think that things just aren't going to pan out how you want them to. Like, you're going to be stuck in this uncomfortable place forever. And that's so not true. That's so not true. Spirit is saying that, like I said, don't let the feeling of regret and sadness drown you, because you need to expect high honor. Like I said, you are going to be placed in a really high position, whether it's in your own organization or in an organization for which you work. Like, you are going far. You're going far. You're going to really good places. Like, expect this. Expect high honor. Expect to be elevated. Expect that. That's why you can't stay. You need to dead all of that regret and sadness, because where you're going, of course, if you've got the 10 of Pentacles here, which is all the pentacles, you've secured the entire bag. Don't you think that comes with high honor? Don't you think that comes with high status? Yo, where you are going is amazing. So don't let fear, hurt, regret, sadness drown you and make you miss what is coming to you. Let's get one on the Two of Cups. Recommitting to yourself, recommitting to the Most High. Journey. That's what the spiritual journey is about. And you notice it's a 10, right? Which boils down to a 1, which is a new beginning. You have a new relationship with yourself. You have a new relationship with the Most High. You're renewed. You're reborn. Let's get one on 10 of Pentacles. Privileged lady. In this deck, this is the counterpart to the wealthy man. So like I said, you've secured the entire bag. Not just a little bit, not just enough, the whole thing. The whole thing. Money is not going to be an issue for you. Please, I feel like I need to speak life over you right now. Money is not going to be an issue for you. If it was an issue for you in the past, it's not going to be an issue for you in the future. Because you are recommitting to the Most High. You're recommitting to yourself. You are going places you cannot even imagine. Even your imagination can't imagine where you're going. Trust and believe. You've got such amazing things coming for you, but you've got to co-create. It's not just of your own doing. You need to acknowledge the Most High, acknowledge his place, his or her place in your life, and work with them. That's how all of this happens. That's how all of this happens. Let's get one on the 8 of Cups. Okay, thank you. We've got toil and labor. Yeah, this is where you're coming from. All that toil and labor and thinking that you have to do it by yourself. I feel like a lot of you have gone about life thinking that everything that happens is a direct result of what you and you alone are doing. Meaning that if you want something, you got to put in the work and make it happen all by yourself, to the point where you were trying to control situations because you felt like whatever good happened in your life, whatever you received, was only a direct result of what you were doing. And you're realizing in this spiritual awakening, in this rebirth that you're having, that that's not true. It's how you co-create with the Most High. That's how things happen. That's how you get to this. That's how you get to this. So leave that behind, that individualistic thinking, that, well, if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. And the only way it can happen is if I bust my ass, and if I do things myself, and if I toil and labor. You know, Taurus, you're the sign of the bull. And what is the bull? The bull works. The bull works. The bull is out there every day. I think that's what they used back in the day, that they would affix a harness to sort of till the land. You know, someone would attach a harness to a bull, and then the bull would, move forward, and then that's how they turn the soil over. I feel like that's how you approached life for a long time, up until now. If you didn't do the work, then it just didn't happen. And I felt like you felt that if you worked harder, then things would come. And you left the Most High out of it. That's why you only achieved but so much. That's why you feel regret, because you're like, yo, if I knew this before, my life would have been completely different. I would have had everything that I wanted. I would have secured the bag a lot earlier. Yeah. Cut that noise. You know it now. You know it now. So now that you know better, you do better. Leave all of that. Leave all of those things in the past. because you have a whole new beginning ahead of you that is beautiful and amazing. And it's so good, your imagination's imagination couldn't even imagine it. Let's get some astrology cards out here to close out the reading. Oof, way too many. Right. There we go. We've got the 7th house, house of relationships. Like I said, you're recommitting to yourself. You're recommitting to the Most High. The 7th house for you is Scorpio. Scorpio is all about that deep inner knowing. It's the bottom of the ocean. And if you didn't know, the bottom of the ocean contains all the riches. The bottom of the ocean contains rebirth. It contains new life. When babies are born, what are they? They're in amniotic fluid, right? They're in water. But you gotta be secluded. You have to go through that difficult birthing process in order to gain those riches. And that's what the 7th house is saying. You're recommitting to yourself and you're recommitting to the Most High. Pisces. Pisces is the 12th house. Like I said, your 12th house is being activated with this Mars transit, specifically with this Mars retrograde. You're seeing things, you see, it says Pisces the mystic. You're seeing things from different eyes. You're not seeing them from your 5 senses. You're seeing them from your spiritual senses. That's what's being activated right now. And then we have Cancer, another water sign. Taurus, y'all are getting a lot of, look at this, I'm sorry. It says the doula. Wasn't I just saying that? Wasn't I just saying about birthing? Being in the amniotic fluid? That's where you're at. You're at the bottom of the ocean where things are reborn. That's where you're at, Taurus. It is such beautiful energy. It's beautiful. It is painful. Think of it this way. Birthing is painful for the mother and the baby, and you are being reborn. So you're going through those pains right now, but trust and believe what's on the other side is so amazing. Just hang in there, all right? Just hang in there. Taurus, that has been your reading for September 2020. I hope you were able to get at least one message from this reading. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me or order an astrology report, that information is in the description box below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead where I do a quick and dirty tarot read on the upcoming energies for that week. I also have a lot of great content on there, via astrology, stuff on the Divine Feminine, a lot of great content on my Instagram. So don't forget to follow me there. As always, Taurus, everything I do is a labor of love and comes straight from the bottom of my heart. If you feel so inclined to buy me a coffee, that's like giving me a tip, just in case you didn't know, because I'm sure some people watch these videos and like, buy you a coffee. Like, I don't drink coffee. Like, no, it's a tip system. So if you feel inclined to tip me by buying me a coffee, that link is in the description box as well. Taurus, my loves, as always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to read for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.